Hello everyone, and welcome to the first meeting of the Digital Upskilling Plan. This meeting is organized by TECNOPOLIS for the whole partnership of the CCI4TOURISM project, founded by the Interreg Adrian program. Today, we have the pleasure to meet Alexandre Leforestier, the founder of the Creative Room European Alliance Consortium and of Panodyssey, and Diana Dianu, the European Business Development Manager of CREA and Panodyssey. The aim of CREA is to create a new digital space thanks to an innovative approach around the creation and diffusion of content by taking on societal subjects representing a priority for Europe. Alexandre and Diana will tell us about Panodyssey, a platform that seeks to expand across Europe for the benefit of authors, creators, and media operators. Alexandre, Diana, welcome. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, dear partner and dear David. We are really happy to be here with you. So, I am Alexandre from Panodyssey, and we would like to introduce our project. So, nowadays, we are living in a hyper-connected world. We are spending more and more time on the internet and social networks. However, we are also wasting more and more time. The digital space is filled with advertisements and fake content. This brainwashes the minds of our youth and kills their creativity. I have been dreaming of a social network where creators could easily co-create and publish novels, stories, poems, and illustrations by giving them the freedom to create without the pressure. I have been dreaming of a social network where its users choose their own subjects of interest. I have been dreaming of a social network where anybody could write anything they wanted. 3 years ago, I presented that dream of mine in front of the European Commission. This dream had no funds, no team, and no product. Today, we have created the only social network dedicated to writing.
This social network is Panodyssey, and of course is collaborative, free of advertisements, and dedicated to creativity. On Panodyssey, you read a diversity of texts, fiction and non-fiction, poems, informative articles, novels, and stories. You also get to customize your readings. In the morning, you can inform yourself about your favorite topics, and at night, you can relax and read a fun story. Panodyssey offers an authentic experience to both the readers and the creators. Panodyssey disables fake content, fake profiles, fake views, and fake likes. Panodyssey respects, protects, and valorizes creativity, thanks to intellectual property rights management.
Panodyssey is not a regular startup. It's a collective and collaborative initiative. We are not alone in this. With our partners, we are now officially launching the Creative Room European Alliance.
What is the Creative Room European Alliance? Our goal is to create a new European digital space around a model reconciling the digital world with ethics. This alliance is composed of 9 founding partners and puts diversity on honor. This alliance is deployed in 5 European countries in 5 languages and 5 sectors, like publishing industries, audiovisual and media companies, cultural organizations, education, and of course, technology. But that's not all. Alex, please.
The Creative Room European Alliance is open for all, dear Diana, and growing day by day. New stakeholders are joining us in order to deploy this cultural alliance in the 27 European countries. You are all welcome to join the CREA number 1, and so we can design together the CREA number 2. We are launching our creative European tour at the heart of the creative European trends with writers and creators.
In 2 days, the 13th of October, we'll have a really important event in Hungary. Launching the event will take place in the wonderful city of Budapest, and it's gonna be at Margot Festival. Welcome to everybody. But the next step is gonna be in Venice, an amazing place, romantic, in Piazza San Marco, the 19th of October, and we'll present CREA and Panodyssey. Alex?
So after a year of dedicated collaboration with our community of independent and professional creators, we have designed a new product, and we are really happy to enhance that our social network dedicated to writing is now open for professionals, and we call it
Panodyssey Pro. Our aim is to become the first European creative and cultural network by connecting 10 million creators and
100 million users in 2030, honoring creativity,
independence,
freedom,
respect,
transparency,
and valorization.
When this happens, we will also be creating the greatest European social network, a concept that will be duplicatable in other sectors in the world. We have enough of American entertainment hegemony.
Let's make European creativity shine through the digital world. If you want to create value differently,
if you want to share value fairly,
join Panodyssey.
Join the Creative Room European Alliance. So, thank you so much for your attention. And now we can present, dear Diana, our European tour.
Yes, of course. As we said before, we have started our European tour in Madrid just last week. It was an amazing launch. And in 2 days, we'll be in Margot Festival in Budapest. For 2-3 days, we'll be there. So welcome to everybody. But really soon, we'll be in Venice, 19th of October. And where else? In Kick Festival in Belgium and also in Netherlands. But welcome everybody to the Venice event in Piazza San Marco in the morning. You're welcome. What about Creativity Room? We have in this Panodyssey an amazing idea, which is Creativity Room. We would like to present you, right?
Yes, it's a good idea, dear Diana. Perhaps we can share the screen to show the product.
Yes, please. What is Panodyssey? What if I need to ask about this event or about tourism, like TECNOPOLIS and Panodyssey on this event afternoon, right?
Yes, it's a good idea.
Let's try to type Panodyssey and TECNOPOLIS. Let's see what is coming out.
Like what?
Yes?
Okay.
Do we have something?
Yes.
Of course we do.
So I click here. It's an article. It's an article about the event and about Panodyssey and the CREA. So I can read it without connection. It's open. I can click here, and it's the profile of the author. What about profile and certification, Diana, on Panodyssey?
On Panodyssey, all profiles are certified, and because we want to protect the intellectual property, and is everything verified, and Is everything secure and yes,
no fake profile on Panodyssey.
absolutely no fake profile, no fake content, no fake likes, and
Exactly, because if I want to like here, I can't. Because if I want to like, I connect to Panodyssey. So now I use my Google account to connect, my personal Google account to connect on Panodyssey. So here is, as a writer, I can create different creative rooms. What is a creative room, dear Diana?
A creative room, it's a thematical digital space where you can put all your articles separated by your interests or topics or whatever you need, and you can create as many as you want based on your interests, of course. And it's everything free, and all authors can create as many. How many do you have, Alexandre?
So I have plenty of creative rooms on my account. So in green, it's a free creative room. You can read all my content I publish on this green creative room. But if I want to collect money, because, for example, I am a journalist or author, and I want to monetize my quality content in exclusivity, I use the Prime offer on Panodyssey. And in this case, I can set the price of the monthly subscription I propose to my audience. I set the price here. Here, I have no limit. And if I want to validate it, I click here, update the subscription weight, and it's done. When I want to collect the money on Panodyssey, it's very simple. I collect the money directly in my own wallet, immediately.
Amazing, you are rich.
Yes.
But
Thank you, dear Diana. It's just the beginning of my business.
yes. But what is the difference between why Panodyssey is so interesting? Because it's an interactive platform where you can put audio, pictures, interact with our authors, and collaborate with them for a bigger project, maybe. As Alexandre did, like we can put all the links and you can connect with everybody.
Yes, I can interact, of course, on Panodyssey. Here is, I use the comment feature. I can share as all social network. I can comment. Here is, you have the number of readings on Panodyssey. Only the readings, not you, because in fact, the view is like a fake on Facebook or something like that. Definitely on Panodyssey, you customize your own experience, your own creative experience. One more thing I can do on Panodyssey, I can collaborate. If I want to collaborate when I am writing a text, for example, about the wonderful place of Piazza San Marco, because I love this place and I want to go there for the next for my next travel. So I can guest a contributor on my editor as an illustrator, a photographer, a corrector to co-create together.
And who can use Panodyssey actually?
So currently, as creator, only individuals can publish on Panodyssey until this summer, in fact. And it is the reason why we use certification of identity to manage the intellectual property of the writer, to open the wallet and to manage the compliance regarding the financial compliance, and of course to build a transparency and a trust social network online. But now we have good news for you, because we are launching the Panodyssey Pro offer. The Panodyssey Pro offer, so it's, it's in Italian. I said in English, because we are 5 languages. Welcome to PRO, Cultural or Tourism Organization, to publish on Panodyssey. What is Panodyssey Pro, dear Diana?
Panodyssey Pro, it's our product, but aims mostly for journalists, editors, media companies, and professional writers. And it's a tool that you can use to publish everything you want and monetize, have a certified account, and it's everything safe and really creative, and you have more tools than others. It's Panodyssey, it's free for everybody, but Panodyssey Pro, since it's working tool, and of course you have more visibility, monetize, it's an amazing attractive price.
Yes, of 99. So, as a professional, the first thing we are doing on Panodyssey, we certify your brand. We protect your brand. It's not like a domain name or on Instagram, for example. If you want to create your account, okay, so the place is already taken?
Yes.
Already taken. So,
intellectual property is the main goal, of course, in this case.
Yes. So, and this Panodyssey Pro offer will be definitely online at the end of October. We already announced it, and you have the presentation and all details on this landing page, available in 5 languages. And so, I think it's probably. Do you have something to add about the presentation of the product, dear Diana?
Yes, we have physical events and digital events, and as a digital event, we have an amazing book here that we published last year in 2021, and it was a collaboration between schools in France, in Paris, and Panodyssey. We published a content about poetry, and all the students in Paris participated to this content, of course. And at the end, we published all their poetries, and everybody was extremely happy and got more interested to poetry and literature, of course. And we can do many of these projects actually in the future, and we regularly publish context in Panodyssey. There is also a room for this, right?
Yes, of course, we have a room, and on Panodyssey, it's really easy to organize as a professional or not, of course, a writing contest, an interactive writing contest about a topic. It depends the goal and what kind of writing contest you want to organize with a partnership. So it's you decide, and it's very easy to use, and the engagement is really interesting. And this, with the festival of poetry, was a nice example. So now we are at your disposal, and if you have something, if you have some question, so we are here for you.
I do have a question, actually.
Yeah.
Before you talked about tourism, what about tourism on Panodyssey? Do you have some contest?
It's a good question, my dear Diana. Perhaps we can test.
We can share, of course.
I share again my screen. Okay, I click here. Share the screen. Share the screen. Okay.
So if we type Panodyssey tourism, we find some contest, right?
Yes. Some articles. Yes. For example, yes, or perhaps in English, this?
Reservation for nature.
Yeah? No?
Yes.
Okay.
Entry fees for cities. This master, this is Old Crunch.
Yes, yes. And for example, this WorldConch is a professional organization, and it's one of our partners at the CREA. And for your information, we use the paid name feature on Panodyssey to allow WorldConch to publish on Panodyssey before the launching of Panodyssey Pro. And one more thing I can add, because we have plenty of things we can show on Panodyssey, but one of the key points is the categorization of Panodyssey. In fact, when you publish on Panodyssey, you create your own profile with a nice description to be attractive, with a nice a picture on your profile. And after that, you create one or different creative rooms with a topic, with a picture, and with a description. The description of your creative room is very important, always to be attractive for the public and for the metadata. Because if we want to be to improve and amplify the SEO performances on Google, for example, so we need to use this different feature in link with the categorization architecture of our database, with a category, subcategory. We develop plenty of features to optimize the discovering of your content outside Panodyssey, as a Google, or when you share your own content on your own social network, for example, and on Panodyssey. And this point is one of a key point to amplify and improve the discovering. So now I think we can.
We have another amazing article here of a writer, British one, and I invite everybody to read because I did it yesterday and it was super interesting of experience in UK. But before you said, Alexander, that you can have your own profile with your own name and publish whatever you want. What if I don't want to have my own name on Panodyssey? I don't want to have my own name.
But in this case, you can use the paid name. The paid name. In fact, plenty of authors use a paid name. You know that. And the process of the certification is the same. Okay. And we manage on Panodyssey and we display, instead of your name, your paid name. But the certification is always done by Panodyssey, and we open the register to manage the intellectual property and the wallet, etc., etc. This, for example, feature is also used by independent journalists, for example, because sometimes it's very important for us to write and publish under a pen name.
Do you have somebody who we know with the pen name who wrote maybe in Belgium?
From Belgium?
Yeah.
From Belgium. I don't remember.
we had a writer who started to publish on Panodyssey, and she became really famous. Actually, she had a contract with publishers, and yes, so everything is possible actually on Panodyssey if you like to write and present your contest and ideas. It's an amazing tool to introduce yourself to the world and European creativity. And everybody can use, of course, Panodyssey. It is free and you can share your works. But what about CREA? Who can join CREA?
Yes, but thank you so much, dear Diana. Our European consortium is an open consortium, and the best proof, of course, is our new collaboration with TECNOPOLIS. And thank you so much, dear David and dear Anna, for your trust and to join the Creative Room European Alliance, because our goal is to create a European and transsectorial ecosystem with a diversity of organization in different countries. And don't hesitate to contact us to join the CREA #1 because it's open and it's very important to join our energy, our asset and efforts to build a new digital world in Europe.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for your attention, and I think we can close the first part of this nice digital event, and we are now at your disposal. Dear David. Dear David,
there is always the problem with the microphone, so thank you very much. I think that this first part is really interesting, also for our project, as you show us, for example, something related to tourism. So it is possible to, I think that the easiest way to approach to Panodyssey maybe could be using Google, as you show, writing, for example, Panodyssey and then another word that we want to research in Panodyssey, and then we can follow and we can read all the articles that Panodyssey have inside the platform itself. There is also a little banner that you can show here. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to write, to type a comment on Facebook or on YouTube, and then we can read and we can answer all together. And I think that now we can go on with the second part, if you agree.
Yes, of course.
Great. So, please, Alexandre.
Yes. First of all, do you have some question in the chat and via YouTube or Facebook? Not yet?
Not now. No, not yet.
Okay. Perhaps we can add something, an important point. On Panodyssey, you have no advertisement. And why no advertisement? But so, first of all, we want to be to be relaxed on Panodyssey without stress, without display advertisement message. And one of other thing is, as a reader now on Panodyssey, I set my algorithm on Panodyssey. If I want only read and tomorrow listen, because you also integrate some podcasts or something like that, some writers or some creative rooms or some topic, like because I love to go in Greece, and so today I only want in my algorithm a place to discover in Greece, for example, okay, like Sifnos, like Patmos, like Naxos or Leforestier, for example, okay, I can do it on Panodyssey. And in this case, my feed is automatically customized because I want this. When I follow a creative room or when I follow writers, automatically, in fact, my algorithm, my feed is updated to customize the reading experience. It's a key point of differentiation of plenty of social networks and Panodyssey. It's only available because no ads on Panodyssey. And I guess the following question is, okay, Panodyssey is free. So how? What is your business model, dear Alex? But in fact, the business model is as follows. As a professional, if you want to use Panodyssey, you pay. Now, as a professional, you pay 99 euros to create your own space, your profile on Panodyssey, to protect your brand, and you are sure you will be the only it's your brand, and you use, of course, the feature we already propose in the platform. After that, next year, we will launch a new offer dedicated to professional, the premium offer. And if you want to use a sophisticated new feature, but in fact, you will pay for that a monthly subscription, like LinkedIn or Google, when you need, or Canva, for example, to use them. So, and the second revenue from Panodyssey, in full transparency, when a creator, individual or professional, collect the money because they via the Prime program or éventuellement or donation, okay, we have a fee of Panodyssey, 16% regarding individual and 10% regarding the professional. And in full transparency, in your own wallet, you have all the transaction with all invoices, all details. I can share my screen again. Sorry, to show you, because it's very important to prove what we are doing on Panodyssey. And so, does it work, dear David? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I am going on my wallet. Okay, so here it's like at the bank, I have 29 euros. If I'm going in my earnings, okay, I have the historical of revenues. In yellow, it's corresponding a monthly subscription. For example, it's 30 euros. It's for me, it's a client, and on the invoice, you have all the chain value. We collect here 30 euros. I collect 30 euros because I decided to set the price. Okay, and my wallet was credited 22.8 euros. The Panodyssey fees 5 euros. Fees for payment processing 1 euro. And on Panodyssey we pay the VAT. Not like Google or Facebook, I guess. And the amount of the VAT is 1.2. Okay, so it's and this and in your wallet. After that, if I want to transfer my money already collected on my wallet, so it's very simple. So I set my bank details with my IBAN, of course, and after that, I am going to transfer the money. To transfer the money. Balance. Voilà. To transfer the money, I'm going here. I click withdraw my money. Okay, and if I click on the green button, okay, I transfer immediately my money to my bank account, and after that, I have all the historical of my withdrawals here. Okay, voilà, that's all. But this point was important to show you how we manage the full transparency of the intellectual property and Panodyssey with the chain value about the creation of the content, and how we manage it about the finance. Because if we want to create a social network with a strong engagement and trust, we need to be very clear about it and to prove it. That's all.
Great. So we also see is this part that you show public or private? So you enter in your own profile.
Yes, I was in my private profile on Panodyssey because I am connected with my account, and it's my private space on Panodyssey.
So if we want, for example, we can register and we have our private own profile, and we can manage.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
As you show.
Exactly, like LinkedIn, also plenty of of a platform. You know, you have a public space. On Panodyssey, but it's with the profile, with the creative room attached the profile, the publication, sometimes fiction, non-fiction, and after that to administrate it, but I have my private part with the wallet and with different tools to manage my activities on Panodyssey.
Okay, and so are there some articles that are free, some publications that are free, and also other publication that for which it is needed to pay something, of course?
Exactly, you decide. In any case, on Panodyssey, as a professional or individuals, you decide and you customize your creative experience. If I want to get the money on Panodyssey, no problem, you can do it. If you are not interested about the money because you want to use Panodyssey to communicate with your audience, with your public, with your clients, if you want to organize writing games on Panodyssey without money, you can do it. If you want to collaborate it because we want to co-create an article regarding a travel, regarding a cultural space to visit, a museum, you can do it in collaboration. If you want to write it alone, you can do it. In any case, on Panodyssey, you customize your creative experience to publish and you customize your reading experience as a reader. It's the same mindset.
Great. And more or less, how many authors do you have in the platform?
1,000 individuals, authors already published on Panodyssey. And now I think about the professional, because it's just the beginning, we have 20 organizations like publishers, Italian publishers, for example, Linea Edizioni, online media, like World Crunch, European online media, Spanish press agency, EFE Agencia, one of the main press agency from the world, you know, who publish on Panodyssey, Spanish, excuse me. We have cultural organization. For example, I am in discussion with one of them is Guggenheim Museum, you know. Okay,
Great.
so in any case, why? Because if you want, comment dire, to use a digital space to publish your stories, your analysis, for example, your text, without a fake, without a trouble experience, you know. So use Panodyssey. It's the best place for that.
Great. Very, very interesting. So if you have some question, you can type it on Facebook or on YouTube, or as sometimes happen, people watch this video also later on. So if later on you have some question, you can write an email to us, and then we will turn it to Alexandre and Diana, and then we can put a connection, and so we will answer again.
Yes.
So, great.
And don't hesitate to contact Diana, because dear Diana, where are you? Where you are going tomorrow, and where you are going next week, and where you are going next week after, and with to meet what kind of organization and what kind of writers.
Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna be in Arnhem Symposium in Netherlands, and it's gonna be an amazing symposium dedicated to writing and creativity writing, and with many schools, in European schools, students and writers, famous writers from all the world actually, because I saw there are many coming from Canada, USA, so it's gonna be super interesting. But on Tuesday we'll go together to Venice again and to present Panodyssey and CREA.
Where? in Venezia.
in Piazza San Marco.
And where in Piazza San Marco?
You remind me, please.
European Council.
European Council in Piazza San Marco. Piazza San Marco, it's big, you'll find it. Yes. And the next week again will be at Kick Festival in Belgium. 3 days of what, Alexandre?
It's a festival dedicated to the culture and arts, and frankly, it's and innovation. And it's a very nice event in a very nice place close to Brussels. And you know, all events we are organizing, all events we are organizing with our CREA partners, comment dire, the place where we organize them is very important, and it's not a hazard if we are going Piazza San Marco, if we are going at the National Theatre of Dancing in Budapest, etc. Because definitely our engagement for the culture, arts, in and languages are very strong and in the heart of our vision and mission. And so we are very happy to share this, to share it with you.
Since we talked about languages, in which language can you publish on Panodyssey?
So currently, one of our new, comment dire, one of our new feature on Panodyssey is we are managing five languages: Spanish, German, English, French, and Italian, of course. And at the end of this month, all the work will be implemented on Panodyssey, and we are working very hard with our consortium, who is in charge of the translation of all the platform, in fact. And it is the reason why at the end of October we will implement the platform number 2, the V2 of Panodyssey, including the Panodyssey Pro and the new languages on Panodyssey.
And as a writer, you can publish in all languages actually that you want. I have creative rooms in Italian and English, of course. But
of course, and you can publish in Greek, you can publish in Bulgarian. For example, one of our partners, dear Diana, comes from Bulgaria, and they use the English platform because for the specification and to use the platform, English is better than French for them, for example. Then when we publish, they publish in Bulgarian. If you want to publish in Greek, publish in Greek. In Greek, it's possible, of course, on Panodyssey.
And before we were talking about travels, for example, in Greek, of course, or in Italy, who knows? But why do I have to use Panodyssey instead of like another social media, for example, Instagram?
It's a very good question. I love that. Thank you, dear Diana. So Instagram is a perfect network to promote and to publish a pic or a video, definitely. And I guess when you travel, you like to take a pic and you like after that to write. Okay, but if you want to write and publish your stories, do it on Panodyssey. Don't do it on Instagram. It's not for that Instagram. And the mix and the link between Instagram and Panodyssey is the perfect link. One more example. If you are comment dire, a copywriter, for example, it's your work, Diana, you know, the
Yes.
copywriting. Okay, so use LinkedIn and Panodyssey, a professional network, you know, because the audience is very big on LinkedIn. It's your okay. And after that, if you want to show your text and the diversity of text and or skills you have because you already publish on Panodyssey, it's your text. So create the link, and it's a nice bundle to manage your writing activity with different social networks.
So the other social media doesn't allow you to publish your process on LinkedIn because it's not they don't have big place for writers creativity. So this is the best for this because you can share audio and pictures and your creativity, collaborate, and yes.
Exactly. Definitely, the mindset of our product is dedicated to the creativity and how we can amplify the collaboration and the diversity comment dire, of collaboration if I am a writer and if I am looking for a translator because I am writing in French and I want to translate my Odyssey story in Greek. Okay, I am looking for comment dire, a translator with this kind of skill on Panodyssey, and I can find it. Thank you so much, Yadia.
I have a question. As you mentioned, for example, Instagram. You, of course, in Instagram you show a picture and stop, just a phrase, but just few words, not a lot of words. But is there the possibility to interact between the two platforms, Panodyssey and Instagram? For example, I can I can use Instagram to put some pictures of one of my travel, and then I will do the storytelling or the writing in Panodyssey. Do the two platform can interact, for example?
Exactly, and it's a key point for the future. You will see, and one of and next year, for example, with the Panodyssey Pro offer, we will implement a new feature to facilitate this kind of links, and because it's one of the key points. Everybody knows. Okay, the audience are in big social network, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, etc., YouTube, and our mission on Panodyssey is to create and to integrate via different technical feature, API, etc., to facilitate this bridge and with a different social network on Google because it's the same thing with Google to optimize the search engine optimization, the SEO, to discover the content and to create this kind of link.
Great, very, very interesting. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We are at your disposal.
Thank you.
So do we want to go ahead to the third part of our conversation?
But I think it's done.
Yeah.
We did the same, okay.
Yes.
We covered it, I think, yes.
We covered everything. Okay, good, great, okay.
In any case, our general email is crea@panodyssey.com. crea@panodyssey.com. Don't hesitate to contact us directly. If you need more information about the CREA, dear Diana,
I'm willing to give every information or whatever you need. Also on Panodyssey, Diana, it's easy to find me. So of course.
And you can find Diana on LinkedIn, of course, for
Yes.
example, and
or social media, of course.
And one thing I would like to add is yes, if some organization in the public are interested to organize digital event, and why not a physical event in your place, and particularly in Greece because it's Panodyssey and dear Diana, who is Pan?
It's Greek god.
In the mythology.
It's a mythology. It's a Greek god who protected all the travelers. And of course, all the Odyssey started in Greek. And will be a pleasure to be there, actually.
Exactly.
From our regions.
Exactly. And don't hesitate to, to contact us if you want to organize a digital or physical event. We can talk about it. It's our goal.
To make European creativity shine, of course.
So, but thank you so much for your attention, and dear David.
Thank you very much, dear Diana and Alexandre. Thank you, really, thank you very much to have presented Panodyssey and CREA. And I also thank all the participants in this webinar. If you want to receive more information, you can, as I said before, you can write to us directly. We will put you in touch with Diana and Alexandre, or if you want to write an email, you can do it directly to the address crea@panodyssey.com. I'll show it again, this one. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy this webinar, and see you soon in the next webinar of the Digital Upskilling Plan of the Interreg Adrian project CCI4TOURISM. Thank you very much, and see you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you,
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.